अब्दुल्ला बात नहीं करो।
Right. So we just discussed the Fury app. So we now know two user interface. Through using these interfaces, we can access. Okay. Yeah, I have already allowed all of you to for recording. Right. I think you people can record it. Yeah. Right. So now we know how to access SAP using these user interfaces, right? So there is another subtopic which is left. Here it is SAP ABAP database tables. So first we will discuss about this enterprise structure.
So recording is not possible.
In the enterprise structure, we will come across the database tables. At that time, I will be explaining in detail about this SAP database tables. Now let's move to SAP enterprise structure. Okay. So we will try to understand what is an SAP enterprise structure. This is very important, guys, right? So please pay attention, right? So this is the basic, or this is the, I would say, the skeleton of SAP, right? So this is the thing. Now let's try to understand what is SAP enterprise structure. As the name itself indicates, enterprise structure. So meaning,
Sir, please allow recording.
yeah, sure. Mukhim, huh? Okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Mukhim. Yes, yes, Mukhim, yeah. I believe now you have, you can record it, right? Yes, right. Yeah, you can record it.
Thank you.
Now, yeah, you are welcome. So as the name itself shows, the enterprise structure, right? For example, if we are working for Tata Motors or any company, they have their enterprise structure, right? So how that enterprise structure is represented in SAP, that we are going to discuss. Let's move on. So you can see, I believe my screen is being shared and my voice is clear. In case if you face any technical issue, please let me know. So you can see here, these are the departments, which are available in different companies, right? You see the HR department, finance, marketing, sales, maintenance, service, manufacturing, procurement, and supply chain. So of course, the manufacturing department, the production department is available in case of manufacturing industries. In case of trading industry, it is not available. In case of retail industry, it is not available, right? However, it depends on the industry. Based on industry, the department varies. Okay, so let me allow him. Yes. So you see, For each department, there is a separate module to support each department to bring automation in their day-to-day activities. For example, to bring the automation or efficiency in the procurement department, materials management module is used. To bring the automation and improve the efficiency of the purchase sales department, sales and distribution, right? Similarly, module for HR department, module for FICO departments, right? So these are the modules or line of businesses which are available in SAP to support different departments, right? So what is the purpose of using the software? To bring the automation, to improve the efficiency, to minimize the error, right? So that is the purpose. If they do everything manual, then what's the use of using the software, right? To support these software, SAP provides these modules or line of businesses. Now let's go again upside. Let's take two scenarios. First, take this scenario one. Let's take first scenario of Tata group of companies. As we all aware, Tata group of companies, they have different businesses. One is automotive, which is known as Tata Motors. Another IT business they have, which is Tata Consulting Services. And they have another like Tata Steel. And they are also into telecom and media with Tata Communications, right? So this is the group, and this group has different businesses, right, in different industry verticals. In order to do any business, the group has to register with Ministry of Corporate Affairs, right? So if they are doing the automotive business with a name Tata Motors Limited, they are doing the IT business with a name Tata Consulting Services, they are doing this steel business with Tata Steel, and they are doing this telecom and media business with Tata Communications, right? So similarly in SAP, if they would like to implement SAP for their automotive business, then to represent this Tata Motors company, a company code is created in the SAP. And this group is represented as a company in SAP. The group is represented as a company in SAP, and the individual business is represented as the company code in SAP. You see, for different businesses, different company codes are available. And then again, they have all other, elements. Now, as the nature of the business vary, because they cannot do their IT business under the name of Tata Motors, right? Because as the nature of the industry changes, they need to have the different names, and because when they register with Ministry of Corporate Affairs, they need to mention their objectives, right? For example, for Tata Motors, they will put the objectives like manufacturing. For TCS, they put IT services, all that one, right? So you see, that is the reason why they have different names with their different websites, all that. So similarly in SAP, to use SAP for Tata Motors, it will be created like with a different company code. To represent TCS, again a different company code, right? And even with steel and Tata Communication. So you see, as the industry vertical changes, as the nature of the business changes, the company code also changes. It means we cannot do, or we cannot carry out all the business transactions related to all the businesses of the Tata Group under one company code. No, with every different business, there is a different company code. I think one question from Mr. Shaukat. Yes, Shaukat, please go ahead.
What if the company is in different country?
Yes, that is good question. So in the first scenario number one, I am going to explain the same thing. So here, in scenario number two, I took the example of different industries. Now in scenario number one, here it is saying different line of businesses, As the line of businesses changes, the company code changes. Now here, the line of business is same. However, they have business in different countries. For example, Amazon, it's an online shopping portal, same business. They have presence in India, they have presence in Dubai, they have presence in USA, they have presence in UK. Nature of business is same. However, the country changes. As the country changes, currency changes, tax structure changes, and some other legal formalities changes. So as the country changes, even though the line of business is same, even in, for example, if Amazon would like to do business in India, Amazon has to register with Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and they will give the name like Amazon India Private Limited or whatever, and they have website like this. Similarly, if they do Dubai, again in Dubai they need to register with a name, and they may have a separate website and all this. Similarly, in SAP, each country, the business in each country will be represented with a company code, and the group will be represented as a company. I believe that answers your question, Mr. Shaukat.
Yes, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, that answer your question, right? So guys, if you have any question, please go ahead and ask, because no question is a small question, right? Because this is all about learning. So we need
Can you just repeat that scenario number 1, please?
Sure. Right. In scenario number 1, like Amazon, right? As we all aware, Amazon is an online shopping portal, right? So under Amazon group of companies, they run businesses in different countries like India, Dubai, USA, and UK. In order to do business in India, they need to register with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs so that the government of India recognize. It will become government of India recognized. So then they will have a different name like Amazon India Private Limited. If they have business in Dubai, they will register with Dubai government, and they will, have different name and website and all. So the nature of business is same, that is online shopping portal in all countries. However, as the country changes, the tax structure changes, the currency changes, and some other legal formalities are changes. So keeping that in mind, again, for each country, there is a different company code. You see, for India, this is the company code. For Dubai, this is the company code. For USA and UK, all this one. So
Sir, I want to ask one question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, what is the role and status of the subsidiaries in this enterprise structure?
Yeah, so this is really good question. I really appreciate, because I think most of the time this question comes. So the subsidiaries are nothing but, you say these are the subsidiaries, right? Subsidiaries of Amazon in India, subsidiaries of Amazon in Dubai. Similarly, subsidiaries
for example,
of Tata Group is automotive and all. Yeah.
That Amazon is also entered into different businesses. For example, is shopping, right?
Right.
And the second thing is Amazon Prime, and the various other businesses also have.
Yes.
Different line of businesses.
Then it comes this scenario number 2. Then it will be, then Amazon will have, they provide cloud services. They are into online shopping portal. They are into
Amazon Web Services and all.
Yeah, web services. Again, the different company codes.
Okay.
So you will get the solution within these 2 business scenarios.
Right.
Right. So based on this one, the company codes are created. You see, with every scenario, there is a change, right? That is the reason why with that change, the company codes are created. I believe that answers your question.
No, the scenario 1 and scenario 2 is interrelated with each other.
Yes.
Business
right. Absolutely. Similarly,
continuation. Continuation to this same question. Scenario 2, Tata Motors, like they have different line of businesses in India.
Yeah.
Like company code TML, company code TCS, TSL, TCL. Okay.
Right.
If they want to do the same business, if they have the same branch in other countries, like take US, same line of businesses.
Then the scenario number 1, scenario number 1
so
will come in.
How the company code will be distributed?
Then in this way, for example, like now instead of Amazon, it will be now Tata Motors. The Tata Motors will have the business in India, Dubai, or USA, UK. So they will register in different countries, and then they will have different name and again different company code.
So
Based on the
they
same name, we will create company codes.
Yeah.
so accordingly they will distribute the company codes and
Yes.
no other ways.
Right. No other ways, because for example, like the Tata Motors, they have business in India, and Tata Motors, I think they also have the presence in Saudi Arabia. They have presence in Africa as well. So when they go to Africa, now this becomes the Tata Motors, for example. Now it becomes the Tata Motors, and the Tata Motors will have presence in different countries, and this is the scenario for this. So in Saudi Arabia, they may have a different name like Tata Motors Saudi whatever they will give the name. For that, to carry out their business transactions in SAP related to Saudi, then there is a different company code.
So which I understand, like if they open in Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
there will be any Tata Motor KSA, and based on the same division, different company codes.
Of course,
and instead of AIND, K.
Yeah,
Okay.
they will decide, because in Saudi Arabia the tax structure is different, the currency is different, right? Other formalities are different, which is not same as India. So that is the reason why, and they will also have the different name because they need to register with Saudi government. Without
Saudi
registering the
government,
Saudi government, they cannot do the business, right? So
yes.
similarly, that will be represented as a company code in SAP. I believe that answers your question.
Sir,
Yes, very clear.
all
Thank
you
you.
want to explain is that you are saying that we are defining the company code in our SAP system
Yes.
based on only the two scenarios. That is
Yeah.
either the business will be in the different countries, or the business will have the different line of businesses in it. Means the
Yes.
subsidiaries and all.
Yes. That's
Based on
absolutely
only these
perfect.
two things, the company code will be going to be defined in SAP system. No
Yes.
other option, no other scenario beside that.
No other, because whatever you will
Okay.
take, that will fall under these two scenarios.
Definitely, sir.
Right. Now let's go
Yes.
ahead one step more. So same thing in SAP
Sir,
will be, yes.
Sir, what is that OU meant for?
Operational unit. I think you are talking
Operation.
about this one. OU.
Yes, sir.
That is the operational unit. So normally this operational unit terminology is used in IT industries. For example, like TCS. The TCS has offices across India. I think in Mumbai they have 5 offices, in Hyderabad maybe 3 offices. Those offices are nothing but operational units. Okay, and branches. So there is a, this is the organizational unit which we will be discussing in detail. The operational OU stands for operational unit, where the actual operations takes place. I believe that answer your question, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Right. Yeah. So now, yeah, I think Mukhim, do you have any question?
Yes, sir. I want to know one thing, sir.
Yeah.
If you're telling about Tata Motors, for example, in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
But if under one company there comes different plants.
Yes.
In the same location also, plant one, plant two.
All right.
So it will come under which scenario?
So if, for example, if you are talking about the Tata Motors India, then it will come under this company code. If Tata Motors Saudi Arabia, then the plant will be created under Saudi Arabia company code. For each company code based on this one. Yeah, yes, go ahead, Mukhim.
I just want to know the different plants in same country.
Yeah, of course, those will come under the same company code.
Okay.
Those will come under the same company code.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So as we progress, you will get more clarity. Okay. Now I'm going. You see here. Now let's get more clarity. Now look at this image. Can you see this image? You can see here, right? So let's assume.
Yes.
Let's assume this is Amazon. Let's assume this is Amazon. Amazon has presence in Europe, North America, and so. Again, this is the continent. Under this continent, so many countries like Germany and France. You can see here, based on the continent, the controlling area is created in SAP. Based on the country, company code is created in SAP. Then in every company, there are different departments. So those departments are nothing but the organizational units in SAP. Those departments are represented as organizational units in SAP, right? And similarly, you see this is the sales department is nothing but the sales organization, purchasing department is nothing but the purchasing organization. Now you see this is the plant. In case of Tata Motors, the Tata Motors has, I think, 5 plants across India. They have plant in Pune, Mumbai, Jamshedpur, Chennai, and Dharwad, right? So, so those manufacturing facilities of the Tata Motors are represented as the plant. Okay. And in case of TCS, the operational unit of TCS or the offices of the TCS will be represented as plant in SAP. Okay. And again, in case of Tata Motors, the manufacturing facility will have some, they have the warehouses. So those warehouses will be represented as the storage locations in SAP. So this is the, industry structure. This industry structure is represented in SAP with these terminologies. So we will be discussing in detail about what is client, controlling area, company code and all. Here we just need to understand what are these. Okay. So now let's go back. Any question related to here? If you get the idea, then everything will be fine. If you have any question, you can go ahead and ask.
Sir, why a single plant can't be used under the 2 company code?
Because it will be difficult for the system to identify for which company code this transaction should be executed, right?
Okay.
Yeah, for example, it is not possible because nobody does this. Even warehouses can be common for different companies. Even plant may be common, but in SAP this option is not there. So what will happen? The same plant will be created in both company codes. Okay. So in both company codes, for each company code, each plant will be created. Though physically it is only one plant, but if it is used for 2 company codes, then in 2 company codes, these plants will be created.
Okay, with the same name.
Maybe same name or whatever name it is decided. Yeah, it is decided by the business people. We as a functional consultant take that information from the business people because the business people know very, very well, right? We as a consultant just understand their business. They know what name they would like to put or what name they are using or whatever. So we take that information and we create that in the SAP system.
Right.
Right. So now
is it possible that to create 2 company codes?
Yeah, multiple company codes can be created in the SAP system. Like in the same SAP system, we can create these, for example, these 4 company codes, one company code for Tata Motors, another for TCS, another for Steel, as many as required.
For only one line of business.
Only
for one line of business, can we create 2
No, it does to make sense, because we are doing a business with one name. Then what's the use of creating 2 company codes for single business, right? So no, it does to it is not useful. So whenever required, we need to go as per that one. Right.
I think from finance point of view, it will be very difficult to
evaluate because every year they create this their financial reports. So in case if for only one company, then it will be difficult for them.
Sir, under one company, if we have 2 plants in similar area, how to create it? Sir, plant 1 and plant 2?
Yes, of course, because physically maybe in one area, but it's again depends on the company whether they are treating them as a separate plant or the single plant. If separate plant, then separate company codes. If single plant, single company, single plant.
Under one company code.
Of course, under one company code.
Thank you.
Because it depends again on the company code. If whether it is under the Tata Motors or the TCS or whatever. As I said, the Tata Motor has 5 manufacturing facilities across India. One manufacturing facility in Pune, another in Mumbai, in Jamshedpur, Chennai, and Dharwad. So it means those 5 manufacturing facilities will be represented as plants in SAP. So those will be created, right?
Okay.
So
Sir,
Got
yeah,
one doubt.
yeah.
One plant, no, I am telling you about 2 plants in similar area. Means
Okay.
in Hyderabad only.
Okay.
Let's
If
say
they have 2 plants.
Yeah, so it means physically 2 plants and companies also treating them separately, right? So then of course, as per the business requirement, if they want to, treat them as 2 separate plants, then 2 plants will be created. If they want to
if
treat them as single one, then single one be created for combining this one.
easy to understand, we can think like as the brother asked the question, if we have a production like less, we have a production company code or production company in Hyderabad, and we have a different plants like different areas. If you take Saidabad, Mehdipatnam, we'll have a different plants, so it will be easy to recognize from pick this plant and deliver in that area. So if you take the production example, it will be easy to understand, I think.
Yeah, the physical, whatever the physical we have, physical plant, those
So sorry
physical
to interrupt you,
yeah,
but I would like to mention one easy example for Big
yeah,
Bazaar.
please go ahead.
In
Yeah.
Hyderabad, there are 10 and 12 branches maybe, but separate plants will be created for that, and it will be created a separate plant as well.
Perfect example, right? Yeah, good
This one is
example
Yes,
of
also,
Big Bazaar, because if we go
yeah.
see in Hyderabad, more than 10 Big Bazaar outlets are there, right? So those 10 will be
Yes.
represented as 10 plants in SAP.
Yes.
Got it.
That was the
Thank you, sir.
perfect answer. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
yes.
So I really
Perfect.
appreciate all of you, please, because in order to make successful career in SAP, as a SAP functional consultant, we need to interact, we need to discuss, we need to come up with questions and queries, and you need to, act like a consultant during training itself. Then only you will make a successful career. It is not like other, trainings where only the trainer is speaking and somebody is just listening. No. SAP is slightly different from others.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, Mr. Tabrez. You are immediately answering, taking us the questions and answering it a proper way that till we understand it very clear. And I
Yeah,
really appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah, thank you very much. Because this is not about the training. This is all about the career of the candidates who are appearing the training, who are attending the training, right? So I need to
Yes.
make sure that they understand the concepts and they make this a successful career out of it. So that is the purpose of having this training. So from
Yes.
my sides, I will do my level best, but I am also expecting same from you, that you are paying attention to the training and regularly attending the training, and right after the training you will be referring the study materials, right? And then
Yes.
it will be quite easy for you to make a successful career,
Definitely.
right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right now, yeah. So you see, from the definition point of view, an enterprise structure is the structure that represents an enterprise. For example, Tata Motors. If you want to represent Tata Motors in SAP, so we need to create the Tata SAP enterprise structure of the Tata Motors in SAP. Like you see, this is the structure which is commonly used in the industry. So this structure will be represented in SAP like this. So we will see how. So now first we discuss about the some theoretical concepts. So an enterprise structure is the structure that represents an enterprise in the SAP system. So it is same, it is applicable in ERP as well as in S4HANA. It is subdivided into various organizational units, which for legal reasons or business related reasons are grouped together. Enterprise structure is a representation of legal and organizational structure of the company. You see, this is the legal and organizational of the company. Same thing is represented in the SAP with these organizational units. So that is the meaning of this bullet point. It helps to map a company's structure into SAP. Organizational entities have to be entered for all different business areas in a company, right? So an enterprise structure is used for defining the company's operational structure into SAP instance. So no, like SAP instances, like like SAP software or SAP environment. These are the terminologies which are used. Or SAP instance is a copy of the SAP application installed in one physical server. The operational structure is depend on the kind of business activities carried out in a company. Usually these activities can be divided into 3 groups: manufacturing, trading, and services, right? So here some of the points, highlighted, you can refer it. And these, whatever the bullet points I have made, these bullet points really help during the interviews as well as during the SAP certification exams. Okay. And now here I was trying to explain, right? And here these best practices we need to keep in mind, like always keep the number of organizational units as minimum as possible. For example, if the Tata Motor has only 5 manufacturing facilities, so only those manufacturing facilities will be represented as plant in SAP. We should not create another 6 dummy one, right? So we should not create extra, or we should not create less. So that is the meaning of this first bullet point. Always keep the number of organizational units as minimum as possible, or whatever is required. This, what is the benefit of having it? It reduces the amount of master data that has to be maintained in the system and improve the system performance, right? So organizational structure is the base for any SAP implementation. Before without this structure we cannot use, because if we don't have the company details, we don't have the departments in SAP which are created as a organizational units, we cannot use it. So that is the purpose. So organizational structure is the base for any implementation. So utmost care has to be taken in defining the organizational structure. It is very difficult, almost impossible in some cases, to change the organizational structure once the realization phase in the implementation project is completed. So we'll discuss all these details here. And you see some of the main areas where enterprise structure elements exist, like financial accounting, controlling, materials management, sales and distribution, human resource, logistics execution, and plant maintenance. Talking about financial accounting, it's a structure of general ledger accounting, accounts payable, accounts receivable. Similarly, materials management is structure for materials valuation, material planning, purchasing, inventory management, invoice verification, and warehouse management. Similarly, sales and distribution, structure for sales, shipping, and billing. Okay, so this is you see the in industries this is represented like this, but in SAP can be represented like this. So I'm going to show you how it is represented in SAP. For example, let me go to the transaction to show the same thing. So that it is the EC01, the transaction code for this, structure, navigation. Click on this. Now you see here, it is showing a list of all the company codes which are created under this client. You see, this is the standard company code. If I click on this one, you will see that this company code has this controlling area. It has 2 plants. It has 1 sales organization. It has 1 purchasing organization. It has 1 personnel area, right? And if we talk about the plants, this plant has how many storage location? It has these many storage locations, all that information. You see here what we are trying to see is how these are represented in SAP. So it is represented in SAP like this: controlling area, plant, sales organization, purchasing organization, and all like this. So here you see, these things is represented like this, and same thing you can see in SAP like this. So whatever. So this is one example. Let's take, I have created for Tata Motors as well. So Control F, it is TMLC, the company code which I have created, Tata Motors Company Limited. So we will create our own company code in our practice in tomorrow's session. So you see the Tata Motors Company Limited, you see this Tata Motors Company Limited. which is under the group Tata group of companies. And that Tata group is represented as a company, and this Tata Motors is represented as a company code, and it has this controlling area. This is the credit control, and it has 5 plants. How many plants? 5 plants. You see, this is the Pune plant, Mumbai plant, Jamshedpur, Chennai plant, and another plant in, I think, Aurangabad, Franke Faber India Private Limited. This is another company actually, just for example, it is created. You see, in Mumbai plant, it has these many storage locations, right? All this one. And these have, these many purchasing organizations are created under this one. So same thing which we were discussing here, the same thing, you see number of plants, right? Here we have created how many plants? 5 plants. So same thing. So we will see in detail what is company code, what is company code plant in all in our tomorrow's session. We will be discussing in detail about all these organizational units, right? So any question related to SAP enterprise structure, guys? Any question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, as far as we concern about the support project, all these things has already been implemented into the system, and we are just supporting the daily issue, right?
Yes. Here.
Yes, but in the case of implementation,
yeah.
But in the case of implementation, who is the I don't know how to say, but who is the mastermind who just decided that this enterprise structure should be like that only?
Yeah, so during the implementation, we have the workshop, like we means the functional consultants. Functional consultants of all modules like MM module, FICO module, SD module, because this controlling area company code, it is created by the FICO consultant. This position is created by the HR consultant. Sales organization, it is created by the sales SD consultant. Division, it is created by SD. Plant and storage location is created by the MM consultant. So all these consultants, they will interact with their respective departments. As I said, these are the modules which support these departments, right? So MM module is used for the procurement department. So the MM functional consultants will interact with the procurement department, and they will get the information related to the procurement, that how many plants they have, how many storage locations they have within it, how many purchasing organizations they have, right? Similarly, the FICO consultants will interact with the accounts department. They will try to understand the controlling area, credit control, or company code, that information. So every consultant will do their activities and they collect information from the respective departments, and then accordingly they make a structure like this. You see, this is the structure related to the sales. The sales people get the information related to sales organization, distribution channel, and division, and they will make this one. Similarly, MM consultants will get the plant information, storage location, and purchasing. They make this one. Financial, they make. After combining this one, then it becomes the enterprise structure like this.
Finally, they will decide that the whole enterprise and organization structure, how it will look like.
Yeah, every consultant will do, then it will get automatically look like this, and it will appear like this in this one.
Right.
So this controlling area, credit control, it is created by the FICO consultants. Plant, it is created by MM. So it will appear in here. Though it is created by different consultants, finally it will appear here like this. Yes.
I think we need to have a single complete class for all of this, like how the blueprint is going to happen, and how we should interact with the business users, and how SAP will charge us, and how SAP will support us any which is not available in ERP.
Right.
It would be better.
Of course. I will.
It will enhance. It will enhance the view and the perspective towards the learning, that what we are learning here.
Yeah, sure. I will share that one as well. I will share that one as well. Thank you very much for your suggestion. I will share that one as well. So I will try my best to.
We can get the clear idea from the scratch.
Really helpful for all of us to have the overlook how we are going to pursue in SAP field.
Sure. I will do. So in our next session, we will discuss in detail about this company code, client, and all that one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right. So then, yeah. So then see you tomorrow.